Yep. Here we are yet again. So about a month ago, I decided to make a video about Watcher and their whole debacle, and it kind of got a lot of views, and it sort of led me to go into this whole commentary direction that my channel has gone down. And by the way, thank you guys for the support on my content over the past month. It's honestly very humbling. I hope you guys stick around for my wacky shenanigans. But I honestly never thought that I would get to cover a topic like this again, because I didn't think that another set of YouTubers would be so silly and goofy to do this again. But here we are, because the Try Guys have started their own subscription service. So the Try Guys posted this YouTube video called Starting Over, and I started watching it because I was like, oh, this is like an update video. I like the Try Guys, and it is very funny how similar it is to the Watcher video, where it starts off and it's them being like, we've been making videos on YouTube for so long, and we've grown and changed on this platform, and you've been here supporting us all the way through. Oh, look at the old clips of us on YouTube. Oh my god, look at all the videos that we've made over the years. What do you want? What do you want, dog? What do you want? What do you want from me? He wants attention. He wants rubs. I'll rub you. It's okay. Like, it's literally the same exact manipulation of, oh, you guys have supported us over the years, so please give us more money now for a subscription service that you don't want. And then they jump right into complaining about the YouTube algorithm and how, oh, the YouTube algorithm, it keeps us from making the content that we want to make and the content that you want from us. And listen, I completely understand this complaint from creators, right? That just this endless race to keep up with the algorithm. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't really have an in-depth knowledge about the algorithm. I kind of just make my videos and like sometimes I'll like edit thumbnails to like mimic what other people are doing, but I honestly don't even have like that big of a knowledge base on the algorithm. Should probably look into that. Probably a thing that would be helpful for me to do. But yeah, obviously when you're somebody as big as the Try Guys and your production value is as high as it is, you have like a crew and a staff. Yeah, I'm sure like that tug and pull of making the content that you want to make versus what's going to be most advantageous on the platform is a struggle, and probably to some extent soul crushing, because you don't feel like you're making the art that you want to be making. And yeah, so just like the Watcher video, they like lead right into the segment where they're like, and so that's why we're creating a subscription service so that we can bring our videos right to you just how we want to make them without having to deal with that pesky algorithms or ads. And I was just watching this and I was like, okay, this is a joke, right? Like this is a social experiment that you're pulling on us. Like, there's actually no way that they're doing this after the whole Watcher situation. Like, absolutely not. they wouldn't do this. But the longer it goes on, the more it sinks in, and you kind of just accept that, oh no, yeah, they're doing this. Now, all that being said, it definitely should be mentioned that the way they've rolled this out is nowhere near as bad as the way that Watcher rolled their stuff out. If you remember, when Watcher tried to release their streaming service, they were pretty much just leaving YouTube. Watcher, they would structure their content around like seasons, kind of like TV shows. And basically what they were going to do was they were going to post the first episode of each season on YouTube. But then if you want to watch the rest of like Ghost Files or the rest of Puppet History or whatever their shows were, you would then have to go to the Watcher streaming service in order to watch that. The Try Guys are not doing that, right? Like, all of their shows that were on YouTube are going to continue being posted on YouTube. So all of the shows that they already make, stuff like, Eat the Menu and their Without a Recipe, right? Like, according to them, everything that is currently on YouTube will still be coming to YouTube. You're basically just going to be getting it early on the streaming service. And man, I am so curious to know if this was always the plan. I would just be fascinated to know if the Try Guys were initially going to leave YouTube in the same way that Watcher left, and if they're now just like learning from the Watcher's horrible, terrible, in my opinion, obvious, but apparently not to them, mistakes. They also kind of reveal that Eugene, which is one of the original members of the Try Guys, is going to be leaving the channel. But yeah, no, it's not some kind of weird sexual scandal like with Ned. And so yeah, this is undoubtedly not nearly as bad of a rollout as with the Watcher situation, right? Because the main thing that happened with the Watcher situation was that they were taking away content from their audience that they had been getting for free and telling them, if you want to watch this, you now have to pay for it. And yeah, that kind of thing is just never going to work out. Like, you can't just start charging for stuff that people were originally getting for free. Like, yeah, you're going to have some hardcore fans that are going to, like, buy into the streaming service bullshit, but the vast majority of your audience are going to be people that just, like, need something to watch while they're eating dinner or need something to watch while they're on the porcelain throne. And so they'll pull up a video of Eat the Menu. But that doesn't mean that they're going to start paying for that. So if you're going to start charging for content, it has to be additive. And I think they're also doing a good job of that, where apparently they have early access to videos, and they're also going to have an exclusive show premiering next week on the channel. But again, that's fine because it's a new show that they weren't doing on YouTube. So like their regular YouTube cadence, from what I understand, is not being broken with this subscription service. A lot of this stuff I'm personally not interested in. Like, I'm not going to pay for a fucking YouTuber's subscription service, but I'm not like outraged by it. It's like, whatever. However, just like Watcher, the Try Guys already have a Patreon. They already had a platform where they could put out content and charge people for it. This weird subscription service just feels like Patreon with extra steps. It's like, why are you muddling up your whole situation? Like, when you look at their $5 a month Patreon tier, not only do you get early access to their videos, you also get ad-free access to their podcast. You also get 10% off of like their like merchandise. They also get early access to live event tickets. Now, again, weird thing. If you subscribe to the subscription service, you get access to those live streams, right? Previous live streams and ones that are going to come up in the future. If you've paid for the Patreon membership, you should also be getting access to those. And so lastly, the $5 a month patrons also get access to the Try Guys Discord. And so I would say that it should probably be vice versa. If you're now paying for this weird subscription service, you should also probably get access to this stuff that you got on this $5 a month subscription service. The fact that none of this was clarified, the fact that the Patreon page has not been updated to make those clarifications, the fact that none of this was clarified in the video, and the fact that this Patreon page hasn't been updated in order to add these clarifications is pretty wacky, it is pretty wild, and it is insane. Hey guys, so this is me from the future, just to clarify something. At the time of recording the video, it was not clear whether or not their patrons were going to also get the exclusive content that they said was going to be exclusively on their streaming service, but it does look like they are getting that content. So I sound a lot more passionate in this than I necessarily need to, because it really does seem to be the case that it's like weird merch obligations and the live events that are like weirdly not being distributed between the patrons and the streaming service. Also the Discord access, if you're on the streaming service, it seems like you're not getting that. At least I don't think you are. So I do think that that stuff should be going to anybody that's fucking giving you money for your content, but it is not as extreme as the patrons just straight up not getting second try exclusive content. So it's not that bad, still kind of bad. Anyways, back to me from the past. Now, all of that being said, this has been far more successful than the Watcher situation. As of when I'm recording this video, they are at 30k likes to only 5.2k dislikes. Their audience doesn't seem to mind this. I definitely think that them clarifying that they're not going to stop posting on YouTube saved them from most of the backlash. Ultimately, is this going to be a success for them? I'm honestly not sure. Like, I definitely don't think they're going to be getting very many subscribers on their subscription service, just because in 2024, it is a really hard sell to get people to subscribe to any subscription service, even if you have actual like television shows on them. To get people to pay a subscription service for a series of YouTube videos, I think most people are going to say hell to the no. But at the end of the day, I don't know what their math is like. We crunch the numbers, beep bop boop bop beep bop boop boop boop, and that alongside with our other avenues of revenue, like that's going to be enough for us. And at the end of the day, they don't necessarily need that many people to subscribe. So we'll see. But yeah, let me know what you think about the Try Guys situation in the comments down below. Are you upset? Are you kind of weirded out by this, I guess, trend that's happening now where YouTubers are like, screw it, started my own subscription service? Are you also disturbed by the mistreatment of their patrons? Let me know in the comments down below. Also like the video, subscribe, do all the things that YouTubers tell you to do at the ends of their videos. Goodbye.